Hey, what's up everybody? So in this video I'm going to show you how to replace on the DJI Mini 2 the top cover or top shell, whichever you want to call it, this part right here. And the reason we're going to replace it is because I cracked it. Yes, I crashed it. So here I'm going to show you where's the crack. It's a small crack, but it seems like over time it's getting bigger and bigger. This right here. So that's why I decided to go ahead and replace it. Everything works on it, everything's good, but I just wanted to replace it just because I don't want it to end up cracking the whole thing. Besides that, everything's good on it, so it should be easy replacement. But before we start taking this apart and show you how it's done, it's really easy. I'm gonna tell you how it happened. Let me tell you the story. So this happened when I was on vacation in Mexico, in Cancun. We were at the hotel and I had this idea. I'm about to show you the video so you can see. So I had the idea of, it came out looking really nice, I had to admit it. So pretty much flying from the indoors, my girlfriend is walking out to the balcony, and because you're indoors, it doesn't have a GPS signal. Maybe when I get outside it gets some GPS signal, and I was like, let me risk it. I had some experience with the DJI, the FPV, so I'm sure if it doesn't have GPS, I should be able to control it. I was wrong.
No, seriously, what is this place?
This is heaven.
So I tried the video, it came out good, and then whenever I came outside, it seemed to be steady. It seems that because it's really light and it had no GPS signal, I guess it was trying to guide itself with the proximity sensor, which is in the bottom. We were like we weren't really high, not really high, but I'm sure it had a good clearance on it, how high it was on the bottom, so it couldn't guide itself. So whenever I took it like really far, it was kind of far out. The drone started to come down like in the water, and I got scared. So I was like, oh snap, it's gonna crash down. So I managed to lift it up again, and then when it's starting to see it dropping, I turned it around and I brought it back to the room. And I was trying to get it back to the window, but then on the way back, it wasn't steady at all. It was like really windy, I guess, for this little drone. So the wind started taking it this way. I was trying to control it this way, but the wind was fighting me, so it was like going the opposite way. It was kind of hard. And then what ended up happening, when I was like really close to getting to the entrance, there was like a big wind, and then it took it to the side of the building. It hit the building. It was probably 5 floors up. I was really surprised. The only damage that it got, it was this and a broken propeller, because that thing, it went like flying, like it took it out and it hit the wall like really hard. I heard it. I was not far away, but I was like out of my sight at this point. So it hit the wall and then it came down. Luckily, it fell into like some branches and some grass. So the only damage that it happened, it was whenever it hit the building, the wall. It hit this and this. So I came outside and I found it in some bushes. So that's how this happened. This crack right here, it wasn't that bad. It was a little crack that it even had a hole in it. But since over time, because of the pressure and because it's in my bag, that seems to be getting bigger and bigger. That's why I ended up replacing it today. And I will share my story with you and show you how to take this off. It's really simple. All you need is pretty much the screwdriver, the same size that you use to replace the propellers. So it's really easy. And then you can easily go on eBay, on Amazon, to buy the top shell. I paid like $20. I would recommend the ones that has the little cover here. If not, let me show you. It has this aluminum foil here that it is for the GPS signal, supposedly to make it better, and then it has like these little covers here, I guess, to let some heat out right here. So if you buy one without this right here, you have to end up heat it up with the heat gun, and then you have to take it out from the old one and put on the new one. It's not that hard, but it's more work, and it was the same price of the one without it. So luckily I found this one with everything on it, and that's why I bought this one, because it is a easier process to replace. That way I don't have to being careful taking this off, because if you damage it, you might end up having problems later on with the GPS signal. So that's why I prefer for it to buy one that already has all this in it, and it was the same price. It might be like $1 or $2 different, but I prefer to pay more and do less work. So let's go ahead and start taking this drone apart and start replacing it, okay? So to replace this is really simple. All you need is the screwdriver. Like I said, it's the same size of the propellers, the ones that you use to change propellers. So it's really easy. If you don't have one, you can buy one like really cheap. So in order to start, you want to take off the battery. Make sure to take off the battery, because you're gonna be going into this compartment right here, and then you're gonna replace this door with the you're gonna put it on the new one. So make sure to take this off. So let's start by taking, you only have to take 4 screws, so it's like really simple. So the screws you have to replace is this one, then this one here, and then this one right here, and that's all the 4 screws that you have to take. So let's start by taking off the screws. Make sure that they come all the way out, and make sure not to lose them, because they're like really small. So let's take out the second one. So now that you took off all the screws, all you have to do is come over here. Make sure not to pull from the gate, because then you're gonna end up messing it up. So make sure to open it from here. So all I did is put with my nail heel. You can use a plastic pry bar, but don't use a flat screwdriver, because this is plastic. It's really weak plastic, so I wouldn't recommend to use plastic, because you can go ahead and damage the other part that is good. So just work your way around it. If you don't have strong nails like me, you can go ahead and do like a plastic pry bar. It's on your own risk if you want to do a screwdriver, metal screwdriver, but like I say, I wouldn't recommend it, because you're gonna see these scratch marks. Now you do have to put a little bit of pressure, so don't be scared to put a little bit of pressure. And if you break it, don't matter, because it's broken already anyways. So as you can see, I already kind of bend it here. So make sure you just pull up. You can see here it has like the little where it grabs. So just pull up, work your way around it, keep pulling up. If you need to, I feel like it would be better if you take off the propeller, because they're really getting in the way. Right now that I have access to this door, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull a little bit and take this off, so that way I can have so I can grab it from here and then pull it out. So the way you take this out is pretty much, you're gonna see like a little cap, and you push it this way, you pull it this way. So I already took this side off. I don't know if you can see. I already took this side off. And now I'm gonna take out the other side. As you can see, I already got the little door. That's for the battery. So now that I took that off, I can pull from here and pull that way. I already pretty much got one side open, but you need to work your way around it. And there it is. As you can see, it just snapped. You do have to put a little bit of pressure, because you do have a little bit it got some hooks in there that you need to remove. But sometimes it's you have to put a little bit of pressure. Here's the inside of the drone. Obviously here, we're not gonna take anything off. We're not gonna touch anything. By now you know, if you ever break the gimbal, You start from the top and you replace it here. If you break your arm, you have to tie the top too. So this is pretty much how you get to the main frame of the drone. So now to replace it, you want to make sure that you don't have any broken pieces here, like little plastic, because then you're gonna have a problem like these little hooks getting in there. So you want to make sure that you don't have any other problems then hooking into the drone itself. So be careful, inspect it everywhere that you hook it to make sure that you don't have any broken pieces of plastic in there, and then you won't be able to close it. As you can see, both of them, they look really similar, and from the inside you cannot tell which one is which, if it is fake or not. I don't know, but I cannot tell the difference. Besides the one that is bad one, it has a hole in here, and the other one looks pretty much the same. So like I said, that's why I prefer to buy it with the little thing here, because that way I don't have to take it off, and all you have to do now is push it in. So the way you put it back, all you have to do is line it up and push it in. Don't hit it, but push it in. So I'm gonna work my way around it. You see, it's just like clips. So you just like clip, work your way around it, and then you hear the snap. Oh, don't forget the gate first. Don't forget the little door, because if not, you won't be able to do it. You won't be able to have the little door. So to put it back, you just push it that way. So it was really easy to put there. Like I said, you just snap it in, and now it's good. Make sure to do it before you put this in. That was my bad. You should have put it before you start snapping this in, because if you put all this back and then you try to take it off just because you forgot this, then you might end up breaking the little tabs and you might have to get a new one. So make sure to put this before you start snapping all the way. Luckily, I remember before I put this back on it, so that was good. So we're so good. So now I can put this back. You see, snaps, snaps, and now it's like brand new. Just go around it, make sure you don't see any gaps. It looks good. Everything looks good. There's no gaps around it. You can see it. You still have access to the door like normal. So now all you have to do is put the screw back. So just throw it in there, and then make sure to put a little bit pressure down when you tighten up, because you don't want to mess up the threads for not having too much pressure, and then you try to tighten it. So make sure to put some pressure in down so you don't mess the threads, the head of the screw, because if you mess up the head, then you're gonna have problems next time you try to take it off again, if you ever happen to take it off. All these screws are the same size, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. And obviously you don't want to over tight it too, because you might not messing up the threads and the plastic, because obviously it's plastic and it's weak, so you don't want to tighten it too much. Whenever it stops, whenever you feel like it doesn't go no more, stop it right there. Don't put any more pressure than you have to. So you see right now it stopped, so I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure down and kind of twist it a little bit, just to like give it the last snug, and that's how you know it's done. So I'm surprised this to be a plastic drone, how good it is, because like I said, it was a hard hit. This is pretty much my, like, whatever, a risky drone, a drone, because I would say it's cheap, it's light. You can do whatever you want with it, pretty much. It pretty much with the FPV, but it's a little bit more portable than having to wear the goggles, the batteries, and all this stuff, especially when you're traveling. This is more compact, so this is more like whatever, if I crash it, whatever, easy to fix. So that's why I have it, and that's why I like it, because it's strong, easy to fix. You can buy the parts online. So that's it. Easy and simple. If you find this video helpful, make sure to give it a like. And if you have any questions about the process or anything else, give a comment on it, and I will make sure to answer it and try to help you out. So I hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.